Look at this. We are live for the Miami Grand Prix, guys. What is going on? Is your boy, the American F1 fan, Eric Ringle here, and we are live for the Miami Grand Prix. We're just going through introductions on the broadcast right now, but oh my God, this is so cool. They're in Miami. It's the first of three U.S. Grand Prix this year. I am so looking forward to the Miami Grand Prix today. We've got such a jumbled up grid. I mean, like Max Verstappen starting ninth today. You've got Magnussen starting fourth, Perez and Alonso on the front row, Hamilton down in 13th, uh, Lance Stroll in 18th. Like, it is literally about as jumbled up as you can get. And so I just think this is going to be one hell of a race. We had rain over the overnight hours, which basically scrubbed the track of all the rubber that had been laid down. So, excuse me, it's potentially one of those. It's going to take a little bit for the track to get back and rubbered in. So this is definitely going to be an interesting race. Let me just take a second here while we share out this video to all of my social media so that you guys can all join in with me as they're just doing the turn that down just a tad. I don't want any audio coming through that somebody will copyright me for. So if you guys are joining me here on the live stream, there's several different ways you guys can interact with me. Obviously, you guys can interact in the live chat. You guys can put your comments down in there, and I will, I'll check them from time to time. But if you guys want to have your comment read out on air, you guys can donate. You guys will see it just below my picture here. You guys can donate through my Cash App. It's $ Eric Ringle YT 2021. You guys can donate there. And I will actually show your comment on the screen and read it. So I will do both there. So it would mean the world if you guys could help, donate to the channel. It helps, with getting better equipment, better streaming devices, stuff like that. It's just going to help me out immensely. So if you guys could donate, if you guys it would be greatly appreciated. And like I said, I'll read your comment on air and I will actually show it on air as well. Since I'm not over 1,000 subscribers, I don't do super chats. So if you guys want me to do super chats instead, if you guys go down and hit that subscribe button down below, hit that for me, and get me to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the Formula One season, that would be absolutely amazing. Do 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 do. Okay, so there's Twitter. Man, it's so cool that one. Sorry, I'm gonna have to, as I'm sharing this out really quick. I have somebody that follows me on Twitter. um, that liked my tweet, which is always really cool. Let's see. Tim Coronel, actually. He is a rally car. He's a Dakar rally car driver. Let's see. So that's really cool. He liked my. I really wish it would be really cool if he would share it out, but I know he won't. And I don't expect it. The fact that he even liked my tweet and like was all into it, like just the fact that he even liked it is absolutely amazing to me. So excuse me. It is a little warm in the house. So here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do one more thing here, really quick. Da, 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 da. So if you guys are watching in the comment section down below, let me guys know. Let me know who you guys are, who you guys think is going to win today. I'm adding one thing here, so you. Just trying to add one more thing here on the screen, so don't. Because what I'm going to do is we're going to take one more quick little break here. All right, so before the race starts, we're going to take one more quick little break, and then we will get right into the race. We've got 7 minutes before green light, so I'm going to take a quick little break here. Like I said, if you guys donate to my Cash App down below, that would be amazing. I will read out your comments, and I will show it on screen. So if you guys could please help, that would be totally amazing. But we will be right back. I'm going to go ahead and turn my screen off just so you guys can't see it. And we will be right back. turn the mic back on. We're going to turn that on, and we're going to turn that off. All right, there we go. And my son just woke up. So let's run through the starting grid. Sargent in 20th, Piastri in 19th. Stroll with a horrible qualifying session yesterday, starting in 18th. It was just a weird qualifying for him. If you heard any of the interviews, he basically said that the team and him kind of messed up with their qualifying. They thought they were going to be able to make it through on one tire, but just wasn't going to have it. So then we got Tsunoda 17th, Norris 16th, De Vries 15th, Zhou 14th, Hamilton 13th with a really horrible qualifying session for him. You've got Hülkenberg and Haas at 12th, Albon at 11th, 10th is Bottas, 9th Verstappen, 8th Ocon, 7th Leclerc, who's changing a gearbox. You got Russell in 6th, Gasly in 5th in the Alpines. What a huge day for Alpine yesterday, with both of them getting into Q3. Then you have Magnussen in 4th, his highest starting position ever in a Grand Prix, not including the sprint last year in Brazil. You got Sainz in 3rd, Alonso in 2nd, and Perez in 1st. So, depending on what happens here, you could legitimately see if Magnussen gets off to a good start and Perez and Alonso maybe collect each other. You get Sainz and Magnussen up there, so that's going to be quite interesting. So I am looking forward to this start. As you guys can see on the screen here, here's what everybody's starting on tires. You've got Norris and Piastri starting on the softs. You've got most of the field, about half of the field starting on mediums, and then a little bit less than half is starting on the hard compound tires. Looking through strategies, Magnussen for Haas is starting on the mediums, as Hülkenberg is starting on the hards. So they're going to go, Hülkenberg's going to go a little bit longer, which is what he did in Baku just a week ago. So kind of not surprising there. And now they're taking off for the formation lap. So Perez is going to get off to the lead here. So guys, let me know if you guys are watching this in the comment section down below, who you guys think is going to win today's race, what you guys think is going to be your surprise of the race, what you think the flop of the race is going to be. So my surprise of this race is I'm going to call for a Haas double points finish today. I think Hülkenberg is going to be able to get into the points, and Haas is going to have a really good day. I think Perez is such a great street track racer. I find it really hard to believe, from where Verstappen's starting on the grid, with this track being so hard to pass on, I think Verstappen is not going to win today. I'm going to call a Perez victory here. Haas double points finish today. My flop of the race is going to be, I think Alpine is going to drop out of the top 10. As much as it's really cool to see the fact that Alpine, may have figured out some of their updates, they've shown signs over the weekend that they still have some work to be done. So I think that I just don't think it's going to be as easy for them today in race pace. I think it's going to be quite a bit different. But just almost onto the back part of the last straightaway before you get to the final set of turns. Got to get me a Monster, little Monster drink in here. All right, so getting ready to line up on the grid here. If you've ever watched my channel before, you guys know that I am a huge Haas F1 fan. So I'm going to be honest. if Kevin gets anywhere near first place, I may scream. Luckily, my son is awake from his nap, so just know that now. But if Magnussen either sits in the podium position or somehow gets into the lead, I will lose my mind. So here we go. We're lining up on the grid. We're finally getting ready to line up. This is going to be a huge race, I think, in whether or not there's going to be another team that's going to be able to challenge Red Bull this season for the World Drivers' Championship or for the Constructors, for that matter. I think if Ferrari doesn't have a really good day here, it's going to be a Red Bull runaway so far, and I don't see that changing throughout the season. So all right, so here we go. They're lining up on the grid. Perez is sitting there quite a while. This is not good with as humid as it is and how hot it is. All right, here we go. Sargent and Piastri taking their places on the grid. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights, and we're underway. Magnussen didn't get a great start there. Oh, that was one of the AlphaTauris. Dang it, Magnussen dropped 2 spots there. One to Gasly and then one to Russell, I think, as well. Everybody getting away cleanly through that first. Going too wide through 3 and 4. Jesus. Oh, my goodness. Lando Norris looks like he's making up some positions very early on there as well. Pretty much got away cleanly there. Norris and Hamilton fighting there. Looks like Hulkenberg moving his way up too. We don't know positions yet because the positions haven't come up on screen and our timing screen has not updated yet, as looks like Hulkenberg gets past Albon there, which if he did, that would be for 11th. Hulkenberg making some nice moves. He's right on top of the points just about, as Perez has opened up a little bit of a gap. Okay, so there we go. So yeah, Magnussen down to 7th. Hulkenberg only 1 spot out of the top 10. So top 10 so far: Perez, Alonso, Sainz, Gasly, Russell, Leclerc, Magnussen, Bottas, Verstappen, and Ocon. As we go on to lap 2. Zhou had a very horrible start. Piastri gained 5 positions. Good for him. Let's see. Any other big winners or losers? Zhou lost 2. De Vries is the one that made contact in the back, so he dropped 5 spots. That's Piastri. Oh, I'm sorry. Piastri is up into 14th. Norris is down to 19th right now. I'm sorry. So Leclerc has gotten past Magnussen as well, but Magnussen's right on his tail. If he can just stay there. Verstappen gets past Bottas. So Magnussen will be next. There's some carbon fiber down there in that chicane that's under the highway there. Alonso's already fallen almost a second behind Perez. He's 1.3 now, based on their timing screens. Leclerc's just not pulling away from Magnussen like I thought he would as soon as he, got ahead of him. Magnussen's actually staying with him, which is pretty good. Sargent into the pits. Man, for this being his home Grand Prix, I just hope that... Oh, did he lose? Let's see. Trying to look. Oh yeah, he lost his end plate. Man, that sucks for him. I was looking really forward to seeing that he was going to have a really good race today. Man, that sucks for him. Perez is just a second ahead of Alonso. He hasn't really broken away. As Magnussen was trying to go around. Oh, get that away, Magnussen. Good job. What a move on Leclerc. Great move there. Oh, they're all getting a little squirrely through there. They were all getting a little squirrely. As I'm sure Leclerc's now going to get past Magnussen again. He's going to go for the move. Y'all two knuckleheads need to knock it off. Because you're going to let Verstappen right by him. Wow, look at that move by Verstappen, getting both of them. And they both got around Leclerc there. But Verstappen ran a little wide. This is great fighting from Magnussen right now. Great fighting from Magnussen. Yeah, now Verstappen's starting to pull a little bit of a gap to Magnussen. Is he still in the pits? No, he's out. Okay, the timing screen's still a little off. It was showing Sargent still in the pits right now. Come on, Hulkenberg. Oh, so close. Just stay on him, Hulk. The fact that Magnussen is still ahead of Leclerc is outstanding right now. He's dropped to a second behind, but here's the thing is Perez is not pulling a gap to Alonso, which is very surprising early on in this race, but now Verstappen's going to start hunting down Russell here very shortly. Yeah, Magnussen just got bogged down, so they're replaying the race start here. Magnussen just bogged down, it looked like. And he was smart. He didn't there have been times that we've seen Magnussen get a little bit impatient and, make contact with somebody or, basically cost himself, the position. So it's one of those things. And thank you to whoever the new subscriber is, as we've gained a new subscriber. Guys, if you're joining in, if you guys want to have your comment read out on air and shown on the screen, if you guys can donate to my Cash App, there's the Cash App sign right there. It is $ Eric Ringel YT 2021. I will not only show, but I will also, as they're showing DeVries getting to the back of Lando, it looks like there. If you guys donate there, I will show and read your comment on screen. As my TV is deciding to have a fit right now. That was a great move by Verstappen as they're showing that, but he went really wide into that corner. And here's Lando into the pits. Couldn't get that back tire off. Had a little bit of a hard time, but they went to the hards. So Lando, and now Piastri into the pits. I was a little questionable as to why they started on the softs, because the softs weren't going to go a long time, which was a little odd to me, but, so be it. Hamilton's radio. I can't hear what's being said. As I will not, as there's one thing I will not show the race or let audio play too loudly to where, it gets picked up and somebody, decides to, excuse me, decides to copyright strike me. So I will not do that. I will not show the race. So don't ever ask if you guys can. Alonso and Sainz though battling for second. Let's see. Sainz is 6/10 behind Alonso. Alonso's now dropped 2 seconds behind. Magnussen holding his own in seventh. He was able to keep Leclerc behind him. Now Leclerc's almost fallen a second behind him, as now Max is chasing down George Russell. Ooh, Esteban in ninth. Did that damage the floor? Very interesting. I'm surprised. It almost seems like he gained through that corner. This is going to get juicy here in a second because Max and George have no love lost after last weekend in Baku during the sprint race. So this could get very interesting very quickly. Okay, Alonso's being told, okay, feels plan A minus 12. So we don't know what the plan A minus 12 is right now. See, is Max going to get him? Great job with the placement of Russell's car there. He didn't move too subtly, but he just moved over enough into the line that it was going to keep him from, potentially making that dive bomb there going into the last set of corners. George is not going to give up this position easily. And Verstappen running fastest lap of the race so far, 132.555. Now the field is starting to spread themselves out a little bit here, I think. We're starting to see the field spread a little bit now. I'm really surprised. Magnussen has been able to hold Leclerc behind him, and now Leclerc's fallen 1.2 behind Magnussen. Unless he's trying to save tires here. I am really shocked right now that Gasly's been able to hold his position like he has. Oh, he had that pass done and he just overcooked it. Dang it. Hulkenberg had that position had he not overcooked it into turn one, as they showed a replay there. I think Bottas is a sitting duck, though, to Hulkenberg. Hulkenberg seems fast today. He seemed fast all week as he's going for the inside move. Gets it done. Very cleanly done by Verstappen. Up to fifth for Verstappen. And now Gasly's up next. Russell on the radio. Big vibration on the brakes. Ooh, that's not good if you're getting a vibration on the brakes. Maybe brake pad unevenly worn. That was just such a great move. He set it up going into that corner very nicely. I think George had to brake a little bit sooner because of Gasly in front of him, and that just opened the door wide for Max. That was a great move right there. And now he's on Gasly's rear end. Magnussen's only 2 seconds behind Russell. We're on lap 9 right now. Gasly, I don't think fights this too much. I mean, if he's totally honest with himself, he knows he's not in that race. As Verstappen now gets up to 4th. But now that opens up Russell to get past Gasly. They're going to take it way to the inside. Nice move by George there. Almost overcooked it and almost allowed Gasly back around him, but gets the move done. And Magnussen now catching up to this group because of all this fighting. He's now come back to 1.5 behind this group. Excuse me. Yeah, great move by George there. Almost, you could see him almost overcook that move, but didn't. Man, Hulkenberg just needs to get around Bottas. This is killing him right now. Because it's just created such a big train right now. Hopefully Hulkenberg can get him on this straight here, because now he's going to get DRS on him. As Hamilton's also joined this fight. You're going to have to get him on that next... You're going to have to get him on the start-finish straight there, Hulk. This is not... So I've got to say, looking at the timing screen right now, this is not a huge... Typically, if Max gets into the lead, you're starting to see, 20, 30-second leads start to build up, from Verstappen on back. Like, Alonso's 1.7 ahead, or 1.8 behind. Sainz is 2.9. Verstappen is 5 seconds behind. Like, this is getting very, very interesting so far here. Russell on the radio. My guts tell me it's going to be a Plan A race. That's coming from Russell. God dang it. Leclerc's caught back up to Magnussen. I don't know what's happened there. Oh, don't screen freeze on me now. There we go. Now the TV's come back. Sainz is right on the back of Alonso. He just hasn't been able to make the move as Sergio goes now fastest lap. And Max takes it right back from him. Oh, the screen freezing is ticking me off. Hold on. I may have to fix this. So hold on. I'm going to step off camera here so you'll still be able to hear me because I'm watching the race still. This screen freezing is killing me. Maybe that fixed it, maybe that didn't. As Leclerc is still chasing Magnussen down. And it's still screen freezing. What the hell? Okay, so Sainz complaining about the fronts now struggling. Come on, all y'all need to work together and catch up to Gasly, because Gasly, I think, is struggling. Great job. Great fighting from Magnussen here. Great fighting from Magnussen right now. He is doing a hell of a job in that Haas. See if that fixes it all. Okay, there we go. That seems to be a little bit better. God, what a great fight going on here between Magnussen and Leclerc. This is awesome. As now Verstappen's right on the back end of Sainz. So, man, maybe Verstappen is going to be able to come back and win this race. Verstappen is absolutely flying right now, and it's... Every time Perez puts in the fastest lap, Verstappen takes it right back from him. Gets him down the inside. Great job there by Max. So Verstappen up to third now. Red Bull looks so dominant so far. So dominant. Sainz has got to stay in contact with Verstappen here and have him drag him along here. Magnussen into the pits first, so he's going to undercut a lot of folks here, or he's going to attempt to. Great pit stop by Magnussen there, 2.7 to get him out quickly. Now, will he be able to take those hards all the way to the end? Because at the beginning of the race, you saw the preferred strategy is Verstappen gets by Alonso now. The crowd is going wild there in Miami. But as you saw in the pre-race, the chances of the one stop or two stops where you would go to mediums, at the very end. Hulkenberg has gotten up to ninth now. Finally got by Bottas. Is now Gasly's into the pit. Bottas is into the pits. Let's see, did Magnussen do the right thing here, and was he able to get in front of Gasly on that lap? Nope, he wasn't able to jump Gasly, but he's pretty darn close, and Gasly's on cold tires now. As Sainz catches back up to Alonso. Oh, Alonso coming out of that, going into the final sector. Had a little bit of a wiggly back end there. As Lewis is up to 9th now. Sorry if my timing screen's a little bit behind. I'm gonna do some homework here real quick while we're Perez on the radio. My front right is starting to give up a bit. Interesting. Oh, no, that's not what I want. That is not what I want. Data display tool. I'm checking out another timing screen here real quick before I... Oh, Hulkenberg getting a little squirrely there as Gasly's into the pits. Or excuse me, Russell's into the pits, Leclerc into the pits. Great stop by Russell, 2.7 there. Hulkenberg up to 6 now after those pit stops. Leclerc falls again behind Magnussen. And he was almost 3 seconds behind Magnussen now. As Sainz is now coming into the pits. Oh, I don't know if he got that slowed down in time. He may have. Wow, he was flying in there. Hulkenberg up to 5th now. This is interesting. I'm going to change something here because it looks like the F1 timing screen is working a little shockingly weird right now. Excuse me while I change this a little bit. There we go. There's a much better timing screen we've got there now. That gives the F1 timing screen seemed to be running extremely slow today. So it was like literally way behind. So we're going to close that out. There we go. We're going to use this now. So we also have the race control messages up. Actually, I'm going to shrink this down just a tad bit more so that as there's some fighting going on here, Sainz gets past Hamilton on lap 20. So we'll be able to see what race control is saying as well. Hulkenberg is still ahead. So Hulkenberg in 5th right now, ahead of Sainz. Looks like they're getting ready to pit somebody here. Is it going to be Perez or Verstappen first? As Verstappen's only 1.3 off the back of Perez now. It is Perez they're pitting. That's the thing, is you got to give Perez every chance to win this race if you absolutely can. Perez dropping back to 4th. Gets past Hulkenberg. I knew that was coming. Sainz is really quick today. He seems to have gained a lot of confidence here lately. So that's really good. And Sainz is only three seconds behind Perez. As Hamilton's still trying to chase down Hulkenberg. So right now, Verstappen 3.6 ahead of Alonso, ahead 17 seconds of Ocon, 18 seconds of Perez. Incident involving car 55 Sainz speeding in the pit lane. So that huge lockup as he was going in the pit lane, that could potentially get him a penalty if he sped into the pits. 20-lap-old hards right now on Max Verstappen's car. Guys, please remember to hit, if you guys are joining me here on the stream, please make sure you hit that subscribe button as we do these every single weekend that there is a race. We do these live streams. Oh, Verstappen saying his upshifts are not that smooth. As Christian comes back and says, okay, understood. So average pit loss or average pit stop time lost is, what is this fight here? Is this Magnussen in here? What is this one? It may be Hulkenberg, actually. Now, Hulkenberg, Albon, Stroll, and Russell. As Perez gets by Ocon with almost absolute ease there. FIA, stewards incident involving car 55, Sainz under investigation for speeding in the pit lane. Alonso is extending his run. Hulkenberg doing a really good job against against Hamilton here. 5-second time penalty for Carlos Sainz. Oh my God. Carlos Sainz speeds in the pit lane, gets a 5-second time penalty. So he would either need to serve that under a pit stop or that would be added on to his time at the end of the race. That's going to absolutely sting him. Now we're starting to see some of the hard compound drivers, the teams that started on that hard compound. They're starting to pit now. Yep, there's the penalty up on screen now. I reported it first. You guys we've got the race control messages up. So again, 5-second time penalty for Carlos Sainz for speeding in the pit lane, and Red Bull, they're showing it's. Russell's swearing and then says check the front wing. So someone potentially caused him damage. Finally got by Hulkenberg there. As they're talking, it sounds like they're talking to Christian Horner right now. Nothing else has really come through on the race control messages. Turn 11 incident involving 18 and 63, leaving the track and gaining an advantage. So that's it's been noted. It hasn't gone under investigation yet. So we're just going to keep looking at the race control messages here and see if anything gets changed there. Perez now running fastest lap. Russell gets by Stroll with relative ease there. Magnussen needs to get by Zhou here pretty quickly to keep on Gasly's tail end. I don't know where they're at on track right now to where that pass hasn't happened yet, but Russell finally getting past Stroll. Hulkenberg. So let's run top 10 real quick. You got Verstappen, Alonso, Perez, 1, 2, 3. You got Ocon in 4th, Sainz in 5th, Hamilton 6th, Hulkenberg 7th, Tsunoda 8th, Russell 9th, Stroll 10th, and then from there you got Gasly, Zhou, Magnussen, Leclerc, Bottas, Norris, Albon, Piastri, De Vries, and Sargent. FI8, no further investigation needed between 18 and 63, which is Stroll and Russell. No further investigation for leaving the track and gaining an advantage. Stroll's lap time was deleted from lap 22 when he went off track at turn 11. So that must have been when he went off track. And there goes Magnussen by Zhou. There we go. So now he needs to get caught back up to Gasly, as we're lap 25 of 57 here. Look at this. I am beating the F1 race to the punch on their investigations. So I am absolutely killing it right now. Verstappen on the radio. I can't hear it though, unfortunately. Verstappen has now fallen out of the pit stop range. They said about 17 to 18 seconds would be what he would have needed, or the time loss on pit road. Gasly's gotten by Stroll, it looks like. I think Stroll may be struggling on his hards. Hulkenberg's hoping for I think, safety car here. But he's got Tsunoda behind him, which Tsunoda's not exactly hugely fast, but The thing is Sonoda's not going to. I don't think Sonoda's going to fight that position too much. I can't imagine he would, at least. With Russell coming up behind him, I just can't imagine he's going to fight that position too much. As we've gained another subscriber, up to 317. Look at this. Stroll on the radio. Again, I really wish they'd go back to showing the text of what the radio message is, as Russell's gotten by Tsunoda with, like I said, with almost relative ease. Perez running fastest lap so far. He's a half second faster than Verstappen, but Verstappen's on old hards right now. Running very comparable times, though. Perez is gaining time in Sector 1. His biggest gain in time is coming in Sector 1. He's running about 0.3 faster in that sector than Verstappen. Sainz has gotten past Alonso finally, but now they're going to be fighting some. Yeah, that was going to be an easy pass all day long. Alonso gets past Carlos Sainz again. This is going to be a nice little ding-dong battle. Oh, Sainz almost up his back end there. Remember, Sainz has got a 5-second time penalty due to speeding in the pit lane, so that's going to hurt him a lot. Just going to add a clock in here real quick for y'all. So that's the times right now, but that's just local times. I'm just trying to kind of fill that screen out a little bit. Remember, if you guys donate to my Cash App, if you leave a comment with that Cash App, I will read it and show it on air. So it would be greatly appreciated if you guys could help donate to the channel. Up to 317 subscribers. Albon loses a time for time limits at turn 6 on lap 27, so he's lost a good lap time there. Yep, Russell's on brand new tires. Hulkenberg dropping another spot there, falling back to 8th. Perez on the radio. We're just at halfway point here, so there's still a lot of race left. That something could happen here. All right, so I'm going to take a quick little, I need to take a quick little bathroom break here as we're going into the second half of the race. So I'm going to mute my microphone, take my picture off the screen, and I will be right back. There we go. All right, we're back. I had to make a quick little. I had to make a quick little bathroom break before we got too much further into this with 27 laps to go. So 27 laps to go. You guys see the order there on your screen as Sainz gets past Ocon. Hasn't happened on screen yet, but it looks like it's going to be happening on this backstretch DRS zone. Verstappen radio. Can't hear that. Lovely, as always. It looks like Perez is starting to really put some time on Perez now. I think his tires have kind of come to. Which, if that's the case, he's going to keep cutting into that time. He's now 14 seconds behind Verstappen with almost an 18-second pit loss. That'll put him almost 4 seconds behind Perez once Verstappen goes to pit. He's got to be hoping for potentially a safety car, I would assume. Magnussen's gaining on Stroll, so that'll put him into 11th. Yeah, you can see a lot of these hard compound runners, the ones that have kind of taken their at the start of the race, they're just hoping, I think, for a safety car some point in here. They're hoping that a safety car will come out that'll, kind of put him in the right position. Yeah, Hulkenberg's tires must be finally going off, that he's almost basically fallen into Sonoda and Gasly's trap, and even Stroll and Magnussen are starting to catch up to this. Maybe Hulkenberg's trying to slow this group up to let Magnussen catch up, as Hamilton's on the radio now. Yeah, Russell's running way faster than Hamilton right now, but Hamilton is yet to pit, though, as well. Hamilton's one of those that haven't pit. So you've got Verstappen, Ocon, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, Sonoda, Stroll, and Zhou, who all haven't pit yet. Everybody else having already pit once. Zhou's now into the pitch, just as I say that. So Zhou's going for his first stop. Hamilton back on the radio again. He can go by me. I'm backing off soon. Oh, okay. So he's going to looks like he's going to let Russell through. At some point here, I'm not sure, as he goes in harvesting into that corner, harvesting his ERS. So, he went a little wide. Hamilton. Oh, no, he let Russell by. Okay, he slowed down enough to let Russell by so that he could let Russell chase after him. And then Verstappen puts in a fastest lap of the race so far, 131.293. All of a sudden, does his hards come back to life, his hard compound tires? Russell's probably thanking Hamilton for letting him by. Lap 33 of 57. Nothing else coming through on race control right now. Hulkenberg's starting to pull out a little bit of a gap on Sonoda again. But you're also now bringing in Magnussen, Stroll, Leclerc. Verstappen on the radio. Don't know what that is. Ooh, Oh no! Hulkenberg is slowing. Or it looked like he was slowing. What the hell was that all about? Looked like Hulkenberg was slowing down there, but it's brought Magnussen into this fight. That was weird. Like Hulkenberg massively slowed. Like I thought he was getting ready to retire there for a second. Biggest losers so far in the race, Gasly, Leclerc, and Magnussen. But you got to remember, Hulkenberg into the pits now, finally. But I think he's done his job here. He's gotten Magnussen back up where he needed to be. Going to the mediums, though, this will be a really good run to the end. We'll see how well he does there. So he's going to have clean air now for a little bit. Hulkenberg should be quick now. You still got Ocon, Gasly, Stroll still to make pits, Hamilton to make a pit stop. Leclerc, the car is jumping all over the place. Oh, that's an interesting. Sargent had blue flags for him waved. So there's a first. Albon's lost another lap time due to track limits. Like, have the hards gone through another, like, life cycle? Like, it seems like the hards have gotten fast again. Aw, somebody unsubscribed. Wah, wah. If you guys are watching this right now, please, if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. That would mean the absolute world to me. We're on a goal of trying to get to 1,000 subscribers this year. Sargent's first car to go lap down in this race. This could end in tears for somebody. Sainz, Ocon, and Russell all fighting for position, although Sainz has now started to pull away from Ocon. George just slicing his way through up to 5th place. Magnussen has his time deleted as a track limit to turn 15, lap 35. We'll see it here. I guess he didn't think he was going to get his car slowed down long enough to... I'm really surprised we have not seen yellow flags at all in this race so far. I think at the very beginning we saw it, but since then, nothing. Come on, do not let him pass. Perez now chunking in fastest laps, 130, 131, 192. Dang it. Shucks. Magnussen was doing so well. Magnussen gets past, dropped down to... Oh, Magnussen gets back by him again with the fight. Good job, Magnussen. Back up into 10th place for Magnussen. Good job. Good fight. The fact that Ferrari should be a little bit concerned that they're fighting this much and like Magnussen is so far ahead of him. As Hulkenberg just went fastest lap with a 1:39.01. That away, Hulkenberg. Russell just gets past Sainz there. Sainz is Sainz having problems? Sainz has so that's why Sainz went off track at turn 7, lost a lap there. Hulkenberg gets past Tsunoda for 14th. And then Tsunoda got back past him again. Hulkenberg must have ran off track because he dropped almost a second there all of a sudden. This is the best fight on track right now between Magnussen and Leclerc. Although he's going to get past him now. The fact that Magnussen has put up the fight this long has been utterly amazing. Like I said, it's got to kind of worry Ferrari that he's fighting with Magnussen this hard back in the top 10. Let me guess. Kevin and Haas were probably told, "Hey, let Leclerc through and just let him get ahead of you. Stop fighting us, please." Man, Verstappen still hasn't pit yet with 39 laps. We're on lap 39. And this was the pass on George Russell. George Russell just breezes by Carlos Sainz. The Ferraris, I'm wondering, are they having some kind of mechanical issues? Excuse me. Hulkenberg still has his fastest lap so far. If he could get back up into the points, he could get an extra point there. I mean, I don't think that's going to be the case because my guess is that Verstappen maybe trying to go long enough to go onto the sauce at the end. That's the only thing I can think of is that he's trying to go softs to the end. Yeah, it almost seems like the hards have gotten, as Ocon's into the pits, it almost seems like the hards have had like a second coming in this race. Like you saw some drop off there of the hards for a little bit, and now you're starting to see them come back to, you saw them come back to life, and some of them were running fastest laps, and now, you're starting to see them fall off again. As Ocon's into the pits. Hamilton finally gets past Bottas there. Oh, Ocon, Jesus. Wave blue flag for Piastri. Piastri's the next one to get lapped here very shortly. Great battle there between Bottas and his old teammate Hamilton. 16 laps to go. Max is yet to pit. You got Stroll and Max left yet not to pit. And now Max is running fastest sector in Sector 1 with a 36.85. Although Hamilton just beat that with a 36.78 in Sector 1. Perez has fallen 18 seconds behind. Realistically, you could probably pit Max right now and get him out ahead of Perez, just barely. I don't know if Perez is just trying to save his tires or what, but I'd have to be a little bit concerned if I were him. I'm getting a little concerned that Hamilton's catching Magnussen, as Magnussen's now fallen 3 seconds off of Leclerc. Come on, Stroll, pit. Jesus Christ, Max is on the radio now with 15 laps to go. Sargent's getting his second. Oh, he's getting blue flagged for probably like Perez and all of them now. Got 14 laps to go, and Verstappen's yet to pit. Stroll is yet to pit. But Stroll is losing so much time in Sector 2, and that's the more of the kind of twisty-turny section. Just drive your race, Kevin. That's all you need to do. Drive your race. As we gain another subscriber back up to 317. Thank you guys so much. Russell's into the pits. Is that right? Oh, no, I'm sorry. That is Stroll. Finally, Stroll has pit. He's going to mediums. Yeah, I think Stroll was just trying to wait it out as long as he could to hope that there was a safety car in there somewhere, and just it did not happen. Gets out ahead of Norris, but back down to 15th for Stroll. Sun's starting to come out in certain spots on the track, so that'll be interesting. This track heats up. That's not Roger Federer, I don't believe. What the hell was that? I will give F1 credit today with their broadcast. They have not broken off at weird points during this race. For the most part, they have not like broken off into the weird, like finding celebrities or shooting the fake, marina that they have, or De Vries is the next one to get lapped here very shortly, as now Max is on his tail end with 13 laps to go. Oh man, he's gonna, I would assume he's going to softs. Are they going to pit him yet? Nope. Going again. Shit. Magnussen's 1.6 seconds ahead of Hamilton. But I don't think he's given up that spot very easily. As now Perez just stole fastest lap, 1:38.97 there. Well, it doesn't look like my prediction of Haas with double points today is going to happen, unless we just get a huge rash of like DNFs here soon. Stroll just ran a 1:38.62. Come on, Kevin. Just got to make it 12 more laps. Verstappen is now finally going to pit, so this is going to be interesting. He's in the pits. Will he be able to get out ahead of Perez? No, they went to the mediums for him. 3.1 second pit stop. That was a little bit slow for Red Bull standards. This is going to be close. Perez is going to get out ahead of him. Perez retakes the lead. There we go. With 11 laps to go, 12 or 11 laps to go, Perez back into the lead. Verstappen just 1.5 ahead of him, but he's on cold medium tires. New race leader. Thanks for that heads up. As now Hamilton's right on Magnussen's back end. Can we get... There's a part of me that really wants a safety car right now to help out Magnussen here. But I know it's not going to happen. Come on, Checo. No team orders, I swear, so help me God. If we start to hear, oh, Verstappen's faster, let him by. Yep, just got passed by Hamilton. I knew that was coming. Well, now he's just got to stay in ninth. Get us at least 2 points there. There, Kev. At least get us a point today, Kev. That's all I ask. He's within a second. He's gonna get DRS on this this second DRS zone here. Oh, he's right on his back end now. How much is he going to fight this? How much is he going to fight this? Forces him out wide. Nice job. Could this end in tears for Red Bull here all of a sudden? There it is. Verstappen into the lead. That's I'm calling it now. Race over. Verstappen wins it. Verstappen's on new mediums that are literally 2 or 3 laps old. Magnussen's now dropped to 10th, but he shouldn't drop another position as Bottas is almost 5 seconds behind him. Got to give it to... what the hell happened? I swear to God, these timing screens are horrible. Stroll got past Hulkenberg there. Some of the fans they show sometimes just amaze me. Yeah, Perez has already dropped 1.5 seconds behind Verstappen. So unless at this point Verstappen literally has an engine blow or a gearbox go or something, this is over. Verstappen wins it. Hulkenberg gets past Zhou there. Stroll with the move up into 13th as Hulkenberg's now on Albon's rear end. Man, the Williams all of a sudden just dropped off the face of the earth here. Great pass there by Stroll. Oh, is Albon locked up? That's why. Albon and Stroll looked like they both locked up. Hamilton potentially going to catch Leclerc in 2 laps. That's what it says right now. They say that he's going to catch him in 2 laps. So remember, Sainz still has a 5-second penalty, but it doesn't look like it's going to affect him enough. What position is Lance? Great move into turn 1. Oh. So he must have just seen what that pass was. I love the fact that Alonso has taken so kindly to Lance. So Sainz has got that 5-second time penalty, but it won't affect his position as of right now, unless Gasly were to get within 5 seconds. Perez on the radio. Is Max struggling? Just managing in Sector 1. Because he hasn't opened up a huge gap. It's only 1 point, almost 2 seconds now. Yuki Tsunoda right on the back of Bottas. This is great from AlphaTauri, except for De Vries. De Vries has just been absolutely nowhere. Bringing Stroll into this battle now. Alonso runs quickest first sector with a 35.56. As Tsunoda gets around Bottas. Great job by Tsunoda there. Stroll right now on the back end of Bottas, as we're not really having any more exciting up in the top 10 right now. So Stroll right on the back end of Bottas here. Got they both have DRS, but Bottas able to keep Stroll behind. Stroll should be able to get him here. And gets him for 12th. So Stroll able to make that move for 12th. What a great recovery drive for Lance Stroll after starting 18th in this race. To be able to make up 6 positions, nearly get to, top 10. Really great drive from him. Great drive, obviously, by Verstappen. Let's see. Great drive by the Alpines today. Great drive by Hamilton. So they're talking on the pit wall now to Christian. As Max just runs fastest lap there again. With a 1:33.72. As Leclerc's now in the back end of Gasly. This could be a pass into turn one, or it could be a calamity. One of the two is... Gasly locked it up. That's it. Leclerc's going to get by him. Now he should be able to put some air, hopefully, between him and Hamilton. Because Hamilton was catching. Hamilton gets past Gasly. Nice pass. Nice pass. Is Gasly starting to fall off now? Is that what it is? Man, Sonoda's been catching Magnussen. A lot of these hard tire runners are now starting to struggle, I think, with their hard compound tires. Russell on the radio. Who is the car ahead of Fernando on track? We're that close to Perez? No, sorry, it's Sargent on track. Was going to say. Saw the blue and it just threw him off, apparently. Hamilton may go for this position here. Hamilton getting a position on Leclerc. Again, the thing is, though, is he's on mediums, whereas Leclerc's on hards, and he's been on hards for, a long time in this race. Just such an amazing race from Verstappen today. I mean, we've got to give him credit. Starting ninth on the grid, he's run his own race. You can clearly see that, he meshes so well with that Red Bull right now. Like him and that car are just so in tuned right now. And no fault of Sergio today. I mean, he's done nothing wrong today. It's just Max was on a mission after yesterday's poor qualifying. He was on a mission today to make sure he, kind of reasserted his dominance on top of the standings. So I mean, credit where credit's due. Max is running the race he needed to today after that poor qualifying. It's a shame Alonso couldn't have finished second where he started on the grid, but it happens. Russell's run an amazing race today to finish fourth. Sainz is going to finish fifth. Made the slight little mistake in the pits with the speeding. That kind of hurt him a little bit. Hamilton's had a really good race. Coming back from 13th, basically gained 7 positions today. So I mean, it's... If you were to ask me who my driver of the day is, it's got to be Max. I would say either Max or... Yeah, I would say Max. Max has got it. 1:29.708 now, fastest lap of the race for Verstappen. Going on to the final lap of the race. So unless he makes a massive bonehead move here, he's going to win today and over 5 seconds ahead of Perez. Yeah, unless Verstappen pulls a Leclerc here fairly shortly, this is Verstappen's win right here. Look at all that rubber laid down. Jeez. Hamilton's gained almost 5 seconds in that last lap. What the hell happened? Nothing's come up from race control. There is something weird going on with the timing screens because it keeps going back and forth between 14 and... Max getting ready to round the final couple of corners. Max Verstappen is going to win the Miami Grand Prix. What a race for Max Verstappen to finish first. Is Sergio Perez, his teammate, going to finish second? And it is now officially a Red Bull runaway in the Constructors' Championship. Great. Another 1-2 there. Fernando Alonso is going to finish third, but almost 20 seconds back of the Red Bulls. Such dominance by the Red Bulls. Alonso's going to get another podium this season. That's a great job from him. Russell finishes fourth. Sainz is going to finish fifth on track, it looks like. What are we watching here? Stroll on Tsunoda potentially. Great drive by Lance here to get back up to 12th. Magnussen able to hold on for 10th. Gets a point for Haas. There we go. Great job by him. Great job by the Alpines. I really thought they were going to fall off a lot more. But what a race for Max today. Gets the win, gets the fastest lap, gets the full 26 points ahead of Sergio Perez. Alonso with another third place finish. What a great job there. Russell finishes fourth. Sainz fifth. Hamilton sixth. Leclerc seventh. Gasly eighth. Ocon ninth. Magnussen 10th. Gets Haas another point on this season. Just an absolutely fantastic race for Max Verstappen. Great job by Red Bull there. 1-2 for them. Very quiet race for the most part through that race. Some really great battling between Charles Leclerc and Kevin Magnussen. Really great fighting there between those two. Magnussen was doing a fantastic job. I think his tires were they were dead by the end of the race, which is understandable. He was one of the first ones to switch onto those hards midway through about I think 20 laps into the race. Sergio Perez doing an amazing job there today. Perez just didn't have enough for Max. They had them on differing strategies. It seems like the hard compound to the medium compound was kind of the fastest race tire days. We saw Verstappen gaining a lot of time. We saw Hamilton gaining a lot of time. We've seen Ocon gain a lot of time. There were a lot of guys there that gained a lot of time on running that hard to medium strategy. So it seemed like that was the way to go as far as the strategy is concerned. But another huge victory for Max. Let's. I'm gonna work on finding us the points. So just give me 1 second here as we will find the live points. I kind of hope they're not giving away the football helmets again like they did last year. I don't want to see that again. Let's see. Content. Okay, there we go. So, Verstappen on 119 points, Perez on 105, Alonso on 75, Hamilton on 56, Sainz on 44, Russell on 40, Leclerc on 34, Stroll on 27, Norris on 10, Gasly on 8, Hulkenberg 6, Ocon 6, Bottas on 4, Piastri on 4, Zhou on 2, Tsunoda on 2, Magnussen on 2, Albon on 1, and then Sargent and De Vries are the only two that have not gotten points yet this season. As we go to the Constructors' Championship, Red Bull is on 224 points, Aston Martin on 102, Mercedes on 96, Ferrari on 78, McLaren on 14, Alpine on 14, Haas on 8, Alfa Romeo on 6, AlphaTauri on 2, and Williams on 1. So it's beginning to look like a massive domination from Red Bull. They're already 122 points up on Aston Martin in the Constructors' Championship. On the Drivers' Championship, Max is ahead by 14 points, but Alonso's in third place, 30 points behind Perez, and then another 19 points behind Verstappen. So he's basically 49 points back of, 44 points behind Verstappen. So, yeah, so it's going to be a hard hill to climb for Alonso. We've got Imola in 2 weeks' time. With Imola, a lot of the teams have been talking that Imola is going to be their first major upgrade package. I'm going to check something here real quick. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to shrink. We're going to do this. We're going to bring me to the middle of the screen here. We're going to enlarge me a little bit as we talk about the last lap here. Put that there. We may actually do this. So hold on. As I'm just changing one more thing here. Whoops, that was me shrinking myself. move that over there. All right, there we go. So we got the. There we go. So now we shrunk that a little bit.